The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the host and guest and do not reflect the opinions or policies of the station, its owners, or its advertisers. All content should be considered editorial in nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Recorded live from the radio studios of WFAY and WMRV, Androlonis Media presents Cumberland County's smartest hour of talk radio.
Welcome back and good morning.
Welcome back.
Good
Welcome
morning.
back.
We did a little host switcheroo mid-break.
Yeah.
Mrs. Laura Musler left us, but I was replaced with the esteemed
I'm not as good looking, but
Pastor
maybe
Joshua
I'm
Goodman.
funnier.
Yeah, well, I don't swing that way, but hey, you're okay for somebody.
Yeah.
So we had the pleasure of speaking to Dr. Josh McConkey. He's running for Lieutenant Governor.
Impressive guy.
Very impressive.
Impressive. His resume, everything, so I've got like 3 pages open on him right now.
I know, like he sent his bio in. I'm like, I can't read all this.
Yeah.
He is an active medical doctor. He's in Wake County, and he's in the emergency room right now. And he was a
military, Air Force, doctor.
I heard Andrews Air Force Base.
Yep. He was in Andrews, stationed at Andrews as a commander there. I think
he was affiliated with Special Forces because I heard something.
And
about
he fought.
PJ,
he was in Iraq, and so just a lot of.
He's done a couple of things. yeah. So very accomplished man. I like to see what his campaign's going to do.
And he's younger than me, and I'm like, holy cow, he's done all that
48.
stuff. Yeah,
he's 1 year older than me. And I'm like, all right,
I got to get a move on.
He's the guy that your mom's like,
why can't you be more like him? Why can't you be more like Josh?
Yeah, that's he makes us all look
really bad.
I'm starting to question my whatever. Okay, so because you were late arriving,
yes,
I am missing the good news.
Well, let's
hit it. Can we rock and roll?
Let's do it.
Good news. All right, well, here we go.
Since 2012, Joshua Goodman has been the senior pastor at the Cliffdale Christian Center, a dynamic church and ministry located in West Fayetteville. Join our friend Pastor Goodman for a podcast or a live sermon in person at 6427 Cliffdale Road. Now for today's good news. Here is Joshua Goodman.
Well, good morning from the All-American City. This is Pastor Josh, and have I got some good news for you in a time when so many want to discuss, talk about all of the negative junk. I'm here to give you some good news. Was reading the book of John last week, and his gospel in chapter 2, verses 1 through 11, tells us the story of the wedding feast at Cana. John writes this, he says, "And when they had run out of wine, the mother of Jesus said to him, 'They have no wine.' Jesus said to her, 'Woman, what does this have to do with me? How does this concern me? My hour has not yet come.' His mother said to the servants, 'Whatever he says for you to do, go out and do it.'" I love this story because Jesus, his disciples, his mother are all invited to a wedding feast in a little town called Cana. In the midst of the party, let me first explain this to you, that wedding feasts during the New Testament era, they're not like wedding feasts today. These things lasted all week long. There was lots of dancing, lots of food, and definitely a lot of wine. Well, at some point during this wedding feast, they run out of wine. Now, Mary, being who she is, steps in and says, "Jesus, they've run out of wine." And Jesus almost has this woman, what does this have to do with me? I mean, if I called my mom woman, I don't know about you guys, but if I called my mom woman and said, what does this got to do with me? You got to kind of then I would have probably woken up the next week. Jesus says, "My time has not yet come." And look at what she does. She doesn't even miss a step. She doesn't miss a beat. She says to the servants, whatever he says to do, you go out and do it. Jesus jumps into action, tells the servants, "Hey, I want you guys to gather the 6 pots that are used for purification. Each one of these pots holds between 20 and 30 gallons of water." That means we're dealing with, in the total of 120 to 180 gallons of water that Jesus is about to turn into wine. They collect all the water. Jesus takes a cup, dips from the water, asks one of the servants to take it to the head of the host of the party. He drinks from it and declares that it is better than the first stuff they drank. He says most people, they put out the good wine first, and when everybody's had enough to drink, then they bring out the cheap stuff, but you have held the best until last. And friends, that's my good news for you today. Jesus still has good things for you. Listen, Mary knew that Jesus had confidence, had faith that Jesus was going to do this miracle. Why? Because number one, God cares. And this is a crazy thought because he is the creator of the universe. He ignited the sun. He hung the moon, and he cares for you. And not only that, but it is through faith that God works. Jesus, of course, he's the Son of God. He knew that they had run out of wine. He knew before he got there that this was going to take place. And he also knew that he was going to do a miracle on their part. And the third thing is this: God takes the ordinary and turns it into the extraordinary. God desires to take your life, your challenges, your difficulties, and turn them into something that is extraordinary. This is Pastor Josh, and that is your good news.
News, weather, sports, and common sense talk in the morning. Grab another cup of coffee and settle in for more of the Carolina Cabinet, Eastern North Carolina's sexiest conservative.
There it
culture.
is.
See, that's what I was trying to
My
hit.
son's favorite, right
it's your
there.
son's favorite. And I mean, look at the crowd we got in here today.
Yeah.
All right, but doesn't get any more sexy than this.
That's
huh?
right. We're the sexiest talk show in the South.
So I have to say, you said the wedding feasts don't normally last the week.
Well, yeah,
Obviously
I
you've
should
not
say
been-
American.
You've not been to a Greek wedding?
No, I have not.
You
Yeah.
go into they serve breakfast?
Yeah. They just keep going and going.
And
And
we have rehearsal dinners, and you have all the other things that,
so it does end up taking several days.
It does. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we're not a very on-time people anyway, so we just take whatever.
We
time
finally
it
get you
takes.
there,
Yeah,
and it's just gonna go and
well,
go.
in
and
my
go.
case, I will piss and moan about getting there, and
Yeah.
then when I'm there, I have a good
Have
time.
a good time. Yeah.
Well, thank you for the good news.
Of course. And what a great
Appreciate
story that is. I mean, because here you are in just a normal, ordinary circumstance, and Mary looks to her son and says, "Look, there's a problem. Do something." And then she just has the faith to say, whatever he says to
Right.
do, you guys do it.
But he kind of gave her the "what you talking about?"
Yeah,
list. He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"You
And
can
she
wait
didn't
for
even
me."
pay him any
Yeah.
mind. She's like, whatever he says, just
do
whatever,
that.
just go do what I said,
Yeah.
And he did.
That's like most women in my life. They just roll their eyes. They're just like,
Just go do what I
there,
said.
you know.
And then
Yeah, for
then
sure.
we
Yeah.
do.
All right.
Okay.
So I want to, so let's see. So we talked about Dr.
Dr. Josh.
Josh.
Dr. Josh.
We had our good news, and now I get to introduce
Woo.
our guest.
One of my favorite times of the year, too.
Oh, yeah. So I got a little,
You got to have a handkerchief?
yeah. Who's going to dance? I don't know.
Ah.
So introducing Mr. Vince Higgins and Miss Kelly Papagikos. Good evening. Good
Very
morning.
good.
Good evening.
Thank
We kind of
you.
pretend we're morning, but it's
It's-
whatever.
yeah.
So we are here to talk about the Greek festival coming up on September 20th and 21st. Correct.
Woo.
Okay. All right.
So how long has the Greek festival been going on in Fayetteville?
62 years since?
Six.
No.
35 years.
35.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
35 years.
Yeah.
adding that little extra there.
Yeah. Little bit.
What's that song? When I was 17.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, really. I mean, because it started when I was, I think, in middle or high school.
Yeah.
I want to say, not to put
So-
ages on anybody in here, but
So the story that's been told to me is that my late father-in-law and decided to bring in the festival as a result of his son-in-law, Tony Kotsopoulos.
Mhm.
He just came from Merrick, New York,
Right.
and he said that this festival has been going on up in the north. You need to maybe bring it down to Fayetteville. And so they took it to the parish council, decided on it. And ever since then, it's been moving on and growing. And it's become a large community event that everybody looks forward to coming to. And we look forward to putting on for everybody.
okay. So how did you draw the lucky straw being here this evening? So who are the who's in charge this year? And
So we have three chairmen, myself, we have Tom Johnson and Spiro Agnostopoulos.
okay.
And so I joined the church back in 1999.
Okay.
When I was PCS'd here in the military.
Mhm.
And I got involved with the festival a year after that, and have been involved basically ever since, off and on a couple years. But yeah, it's we've really right before COVID, we had an amazing event, amazing weekend,
Mhm.
And then right after COVID, it just kind of like just put the
Yep.
squash on everything. So, and we've been trying to creep back to where we were. So we're just making baby steps, getting there. So yeah, but eventually it'll become just as good as it was.
Yeah.
Right before COVID.
I don't think it's a shade of not as good. It's just it's different. All this
Different, yes.
post-COVID, it's
Yeah.
like let's get back to normal. Well, there is
Yeah.
no normal anymore. This is
This is it.
This is what we're
This
doing,
is
it.
baby. So, so the biggest change was going from 3 days to 2.
Yes.
So when it was 3 days, was it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or was it Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
And then, of course, what we did in the past to kind of create some cultural awareness to the kids, we used to have the children in the schools come on the Friday afternoon.
Okay.
And they would get a tour of the church, and then they'd come out and they'd get a demonstration of the kids dancing, our Greek dance troupe. And then they would get a Greek lunch. And then afterwards, they would go around to the vendors that were available, and they'd buy some trinkets and tokens and things, souvenirs. And then they'd get back on their buses and go back to the schools, and they'd go home, and then come back that weekend with their families.
Nice.
That took a lot of coordination with the schools.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I bet it did.
Yeah.
So
Does that, and that part doesn't take place anymore, does it?
No, it does not.
No, that's
COVID kind of canceled that out
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah, for now.
So, for now.
Yeah. Wow.
So am I picking up drive-through food, or what? How can I? Do I just have to come and get out of the car and walk around, or what's going on?
Unfortunately, the way that our real estate is situated, we can't really provide a drive-through service. But essentially, we open the serving line on Saturday at 11 o'clock.
All right.
We plan on having a grand opening at 12 o'clock. The plan is to have the choir from Methodist College come in. They're going to sing the national anthem. Terry Sanford, ROTC, is going to come in and bring in the colors for us.
Nice.
We're going to have Father Alex open the ceremonies with a prayer. And then, of course, we're going to have
And that will all take place at 11 or at 12?
12.
At 12,
This begins at 12. And then the dance troupe will do the initial opening. And then everything kind of opens up for everybody. We'll have other attractions going on. So everybody can come in. They can eat. They can drink. They can watch the dancing, listen to the music, walk around to the vendors. We have some local municipal attractions with the Fayetteville Fire Department with the ladder trucks. We have
and great vendors. I always go and spend more money. I'm like, okay, I'm only going to bring $100 with. That's it, right? And inevitably, I spend more money than I.
Well, that's
no.
we appreciate it.
Yeah, but
We
hey,
really do.
I'm just doing my part.
How many times I told you I will take your lunch money and smile.
That's
any
right,
day of the
smile.
week, Pastor Josh.
Thank you.
So Kelly, what's because you've been here for a long time now, but what was your impression? Have we improved our festival? Have we?
Oh,
How do we
absolutely.
feel about? Because I know you had other perspective.
When we came to this community over 17 years ago, it was already a large festival.
Has it been 17 years?
It has. It truly has. It's been 17 amazing years. Met some great people here.
Didn't you have
working the
children that have
community.
like grown up and like graduated and
Yeah.
moved on?
I mean,
good
you're my
Lord.
kid now.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Well, I still act like it. So
But,
what have you seen change?
Oh my goodness. The festival has grown, like Vince said, every year it's grown bigger and bigger in culture, in antiquities, in things that, we've added some wine tastings. We've added cooking classes. We've added cultural things to the
that's
church.
so fun.
And again, since COVID, we've had to take some of those things away because of participation. But every year we're surprised. We are Vince, would you say surprised? We sit there and we think that we're struggling for people. And every year there's people that come out of the woodwork just to come and see the festival, help. They all ask to help. It's amazing that the people coming through the line, do you need any help? We'll be happy to help and volunteer. People in this community are great. They really are. We'll give them a free souvlaki on the side.
I was going to say they're working for food is what they're after.
I didn't know it worked. Wait. I didn't know it worked that way. You mean I could work for my food there?
You may want to amend that policy, Pastor Josh.
Yeah, because I am the food guy.
Pastor Josh, I loved your sermon today. So
thank you.
When you come, you're going to get a special tour in the church from me.
All right.
Okay?
So are we still doing the tours?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Church,
excellent.
I think that was Father's sermon. Everybody thought that was something in the gospel, but he said 1, 4, 7, and something. But those were the times of the tours, which will be on the
Yes.
brochure. So he was really pushing the church tours this year.
Okay.
And you're welcome anytime.
Oh, love it.
Anyone, the church will be open, but the tours will be at a certain time.
Yep.
But you get a special seat.
Hey, I'm going to take you up on it.
Absolutely.
I will be out. Yeah.
I'm going to actually show you a bottle of wine from the wedding of Cana
Really?
that my husband is taking with us to go to Greece
Wow.
to marry our son. So it came
Excellent.
right from Jerusalem.
Yes.
So.
Very cool.
Great sermon.
Love it. Love it.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, I
Woo.
mean, I think that's a staple of the festival. I mean, the church tours have always been part of it. Cultural
Yes.
exchange
Culture,
with our community.
Church,
Um,
community.
you know, proud immigrant community.
Yeah.
You know, we wave the American flag.
Yes. Yeah.
And we don't kneel.
Happily.
You know, we
Yep.
don't kneel for, anyway, we don't take
Yeah.
a knee for that.
You know, you brought up something which is really important, the 3 C's, culture, church, community. And I think that's what brings people together no matter where they are. They love
Yes.
to learn about other cultures. But amazingly enough, we have a gentleman who does the souvlaki every year. Tasso has been doing the
souvlaki man.
souvlaki every year. I mean, it's better and better. And ironically, he's in Greece right now. So it was really funny. They took a picture of him in front of the best souvlaki in town. Did you see that today? I told him, you need to bring that picture here
Yes.
because he is the one that brings the people to that souvlaki.
Yeah.
They know that he's the one
Mhm.
cooking it for the last 17
Well,
years.
He's got such a presence and a personality.
He
It's not
does.
just buying a
He
souvlaki.
does.
You got to go see Tasso.
And
That's
when he
it,
runs
you know.
out, people are crying.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
this year, we're going to try to have some extra souvlaki on
Uh-huh.
hand, but
Yeah.
he brings
So he's
the crowd.
he's making it back.
He is.
Okay, all right,
He
good,
certainly
good.
is.
Well, his brother's mine no nos. My
I
godfather.
didn't know that.
Yes,
I
Jimmy's
didn't
my
know that.
godfather. Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, you got a godfather named Jimmy.
I do.
Got-
Jimmy-
imagine that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm just-
So, and
My
my
godfather
and my
Jimmy.
god brother is Basil at Fried Turkey.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, we're
You're
connected,
everywhere,
man.
dude. You're
Hey,
everywhere.
So yeah, I look forward to seeing Tasso back
Yeah.
behind. I like seeing these guys. It's kind of like I don't get out much.
Yeah.
So going to the church events and all.
Well, and you
Vince is
see
over here
everybody.
shaking his head when I said don't get out much because he knows he never sees me at church.
Mhm.
But he's not going to call me out or nothing.
I'm certainly
But,
not.
oh no,
Yeah,
certainly
yeah.
not. Yeah. Oh, God, Lord forbid.
Like me, they're just happy to see you when you show up, dude. That's all.
exactly.
That's all.
Yeah, but unlike them, you kind of give me a look.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes if I show up, but it's okay. We're still friends.
We're good. We're
you
good.
know,
We're
you
good.
you mentioned something so important. The seniors and the elderly people
Mhm.
that are part of our community who built this, who put their heart
Yeah.
and soul into giving
Yes.
back to
Yeah.
the community. And unfortunately, we're all watching them with,
Mhm.
little by little,
Life
go away.
happens.
Life happens.
Yes.
And we hope and pray that we always regenerate in the youth
Yeah.
and see those things. But to see them standing there, Tasso for so many hours, putting his sweat and blood
Yes.
into this for his community.
Yep.
Mhm.
He loves this community. He loves Fayetteville. He has lived here and given his life and soul
Yes,
and
he
his
has.
family businesses here. So many people in our community have done that. And it's amazing to sit there and watch them in their church community
Yes.
and then know, hey, I just saw you at the fish fry, or I just saw you here at the souvlaki place, or at Luigi's, or here and there. These people have given their sweat and blood,
Yeah.
and they give it back for their community. Of
That's just
Fayetteville.
it. And they love
Yes.
their community.
They
It's
truly do.
you hear some people will talk bad about Fayetteville, Vietnam, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-mm.
But that's one of the things I love. It's like, no, this is my town. This is my city. And I love it here.
It was more the mantra of the older immigrant
Mm.
population that they wanted to assimilate. They
Yeah.
wanted to be Americans. They were not
Yeah.
trying to be the salad bowl.
Yes.
Like nothing is really blending. They wanted to blend in, and I mean,
They came here with nothing.
They
They
did.
made lives for themselves.
Mhm.
They worked hard. They raised their children, but they never lost their values.
Yep.
The values in the church community, and built their own community, because many of them came from communities that were destroyed by
oh, yeah.
others.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So-
I mean, the most immigration we had was in the 1950s, 60s,
That's
70s,
right.
and that was post World War II.
that
that was,
when the exchange happened.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
absolutely
big time.
right.
And I mean, my dad grew up post World War II.
Yeah.
And he said they were. So when he went in the Greek army, that's the story. They were eating in the 66 or 67. They were eating rations given to them by the Americans.
Yes.
They were dated back to the Korean War. So that's like
Wow.
15 years old.
Yeah.
now.
I have an
love
amazing
that.
story that I have to say. And it's from my mother. And it was the greatest lesson of Americanism and patriotism that I've ever learned. And I say the story all the time because we're approaching 9/11. And I'll never forget when that happened. And my mother, I was recovering from a surgery, and my mother calls me on the phone and says, "Where are you?" I said, "Mom, I'm laying on the couch. I'm hurting." She's like, "Get up." I'm like, "Okay, what?" She goes, "Go and find your American flag." "Mom, it's down the basement." "I don't care," she said, "if you have to crawl." When your mother was a young girl in Greece, it was American butter that fed her. It was American spaghetti that fed her. Shivers go through my body today to know that my mother, an immigrant, came here, worked a life, raised us, and her roots go so deep for the gratitude that America gave her.
Yeah.
It touches my heart every time I tell this story. And we used to have to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance at a baseball game, or even before dinner. But it touches my heart. Like I said, she was an immigrant, and that actually taught us the values of working in our church and giving back to our community.
Yep.
And every person in that church, I can testify that they feel the same way. They give. They've taught their children to give. They've opened businesses, and they still give. You all know businesses that you go in and they'll say, "Here, send a piece of baklava over to that table," or "Here, take 10 more for this society that we've just donated to." I don't have to tell you about the bakeries, the people in this town, I won't say their names, that are so incredibly generous to this community because of what they were taught and who their parents were in this community.
And that's the power of community. That's the power. I think one thing oftentimes people lose sight of is the strength that comes in that community. Obviously that unity, work, that community, working together.
That's right.
And there's so many benefits to it. There's a peace in it. There's a security. There's strength. Just knowing that you have other people around you who care for you, who love you, and will pick you up a little bit if you stumble.
Amen.
Is such a huge, and I think a lot of times I don't want to throw shade too much on the younger, but I think
I was getting ready to. You continue.
I think that the older, I'll stay. Watch this. It's going to be good.
Okay.
I think the older we get, the more we appreciate it. Yeah. When I was younger, I did not appreciate community.
I said to someone the other day, when you get old, you'll appreciate your mom.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although I just shared with my friends a picture of myself at Food Lion with a very strained look on my face because my mom said, "I want to pick up a couple of items."
Oh, no. Yeah.
and I took a picture of the cart that was like overflowing.
Yeah. One or two things.
My face is just befuddled. I look like one of those Gaza hostages. Yeah. I was like, this is a struggle.
What do I do?
But what I was going to say for the younger guys, and so I grew up I'm a Gen Xer. So I grew up 80s, 90s and all. But that was still early enough in this community to see a lot of these guys struggling. And a lot of these guys, the guys that came over, they were working their asses off to be where they're at. And one thing that I was privileged to have, and we grew up seeing that so we could appreciate it more.
Yeah. Yeah.
The generation that my generation has spawned don't have that bench knowledge.
None of yours that we know of.
None of mine that nobody's called me. I don't know. But if something happens, call Pastor Josh.
Yeah, it brings me to a thing, right? When you brought me into the store, Baldino's, and you showed me the spot on the floor. He's like, my dad literally wore a hole in this section of the floor from turning in his chair for 40, right here. And literally, guys, you see a spot in that store where the floor is worn out.
He wore the tile out.
He wore the tile out in that one section. And that speaks to the community. That speaks to the endurance. It speaks to why, it just won't fall. It can't. It can't.
Devotion.
Devotion.
I kind of feel bad for the younger guys because they didn't kind of grow up the way we did. They didn't see it. It doesn't make it bad. Their experience is different.
No. Yeah.
Although a cousin of mine and I, we were talking one day and we were just going down the rabbit hole of different stuff that happened when we were growing up, like sleeping in the booths, because dads were play cards or whatever else. And he looks at me, he says, "We grew up like gangsters."
Yeah, we really did.
The table. He's like, it was like a Goodfellas movie
yes,
without
it was.
the murder. It was just, because these guys, they would blow off steam. They get together after they close their restaurants, and okay, they have a little food, there, a couple of drinks, and
play cards,
and then the
kids are asleep.
The old rivalries would come back, and they'd piss and moan at each other, but it was they were still comrade. They were still joining that common thing of just being an immigrant and the experience they had to go through. So it was a commonality and a thread that couldn't be undone. So with that said,
we went way down a rabbit hole with that, but it's okay.
That's really my shade with the younger guys, and some of the younger guys, and I think this will attest to volunteerism at your church, mine as well.
Absolutely.
When our moms and dads, and I'm talking the boomer generation that's now aging out, when they put the festival together, when they put the spaghetti dinner together, which again was your father-in-law, they were working, they were supporting family. So sometimes when I hear the career guys, mid-20s to 30s, say, I don't have time, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
When did our dads and moms have time?
Yeah.
You got to make that
you
effort,
make
time. Go ahead.
I'm gonna interject something on your good news. I don't know about all of you, but we are seeing such an amazing influx of young people in their 30s coming back. And I remember when I was at the Carolina Highlands with all my seniors, I had 5 generations in one room. Wow. And I remember Colonel Bob Davis, God bless him, saying, the future looks good. He was listening to young children, maybe 4th and 5th graders say, we sit down and pray with our family.
Yeah.
We wait for our dad to come home with our family. I have goose pimples as I say that. Yeah. So you're absolutely right, Pete. You know what? You have to live it. And at some point you remember it, and then you want to redo that again because you figure it wasn't so bad. Yeah. And we're seeing, I think all churches people are searching.
Yes, they are.
People are searching. And when they come to the festival, they want that energy. They get that idea of the church, of community, of family. Yes. And it's coming back to them in their 30s. And they're saying, hey, in our 20s, this did not work. But guess what? Maybe mom and dad were not. They tried so hard to really reiterate these facts, and it's wonderful to watch. I don't know if it's a post-COVID thing. That's
I feel like it.
COVID.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of is. We Peter and I have talked about it. It's like a
we went
trend.
So extreme to the other way. It's like we need the community now. We need it more than ever.
To watch the people coming and searching and looking for that joy, for that family connection. It's beautiful to watch.
And to have them be like this is. I need this. And it's like, I know. Well, thank you. Thank you.
I won't say which girlfriend number she was, but during COVID, when they reopened the church, and I think it was the first Easter we were allowed to go back to church. We're never going to give that up again.
Yes.
Y'all can just
never again.
But I was in church, and we have the candles, and it's just that experience of being at Easter. And she afterwards she says, "I've never seen you that calm." Oh.
Yeah.
Imagine that. I was calm.
Yeah.
Because because like everyone else, I was going through it quite a bit.
The church touched you spiritually, and the remembrance of what you had.
Because the church is home. Whether I go there all the time or not, I know where home is.
That's right.
But for her to observe that, I was like,
oh, okay.
All right, maybe I don't need the Xanax or whatever.
I just need to go to church more. There you go. Figure it out.
Get rid of her. It sounded like a good thing.
We're better off as friends. What can I say? I'm still interviewing, so if anybody listening, anyway. So this is just a conversation. So Vince, I mean, part of our show we say, what have you been up to the last week or so? So any vacations? Come on, guys. We're all human beings here.
Well, for me right now, it's just festival prep.
Festival.
That's festival. It. So, I just want to make sure that we get the dates out there for everybody, the times
September
for everybody.
20th and 21st, which is a Saturday and Sunday.
And we're going
11 to 8 and 12 to 6.
Wow.
That's right.
Okay.
So 11 to 8 on Saturday, 12 to 6 on Sunday.
Lots of dancing, lots of food, lots of pastries. The ladies run out of pastries real fast every year. And every year we order more, and every year we sell out. So that's a blessing.
What do the menus look like this year?
That's a Vince question.
What's going on?
Vince, talk to me, Vince.
So as we did, like I said, prior to COVID, we used to have like the platters, and we would serve the lamb shank and all that. And a lot of people now that were post-COVID, they're coming to see that or have that, and we don't have it anymore just because everything has been condensed, right? So we have we have the chicken pita sandwiches. We had the pasticho. We had the domades. We had the spanakopita. We have pizza for the kids if they don't want any of that.
All right, I'm gonna have to stop you
We're going to
for the non-Greek in the room.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're gonna have to break because I'm
How
a
about I
foodie.
explain that, Vince?
Hit
A
me,
little bit
hit me.
better. So you've got the spanakopita.
Put that in
which is
English
the
for me.
spinach puffs. They're crusty.
Oh,
they're
the spinach
beautiful,
puffs.
those
See,
triangles.
I don't understand the other, but you say
Amen,
spinach
brother.
puffs, and I'm like, oh
There
yes.
you go. You know
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
where I'm going. Then you've got the beautiful, beautiful pasta dish that's like a Greek lasagna. You've got your meat.
Well, we
You've got your
invented it.
bechamel
That's it,
sauce.
you know.
You've got the topping in there that is just delectable. People take that home, and actually this
My
year,
mouth is
Vince,
literally
are we gonna be
watering right
selling
now.
those by the pans and some of the
Really?
spanakopita? I don't know.
No,
Not quite sure. Okay.
Just by everything's a
All
la
right,
carte.
a la carte,
So
great. But
you-
we'll be teaching you how to make those things at
Yes.
home too.
Oh yeah, he's got the
I
music
just put
playing
the
now.
music
Go,
on, so we
go
can
ahead.
talk
Go
And
about
ahead.
of course,
Yeah.
a Greek salad, which is very different than an American salad
Yes.
because we throw feta cheese on it.
Yeah.
So this
Ooh,
year,
everything.
we're changing the Greek salad to the village salad.
Horiatico.
Horiatico, yes.
Which is a
Horiatico.
village
Okay,
salad.
what's
because of Greece. So in a horiatico salad is your tomatoes, your feta cheese, your peppers, your cucumbers,
Basically,
but no
no
lettuce.
Oh, no
Exactly.
lettuce.
No
That's
lettuce.
all the things.
Yeah.
Right. No lettuce. Gotcha.
No lettuce.
Okay.
You get a Greek salad with lettuce in it.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
really Greek salad.
I was pretty proud of our friends at Pizza Palace, the Poulises. They have Greek salad and village Greek salad.
Yeah.
And it's just and I was like,
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
Man. You got to teach these guys how to eat.
Yeah,
You
it's
know? So okay, so village salad. We have spanakopita, domades,
Pasticho.
pasticho.
What's
We
that?
didn't explain dolmades.
No, what's that?
Those are the rolled green leaves.
Oh.
Okay, come off the
Yes.
grapevines, right off the grapevines of women are picking them that morning.
Ooh, with the stuff
Okay?
inside.
Amen.
Come on
With
now.
some rice and dill. That's for our vegetarians there. And
Can I?
oh my
I'm not
gosh, they're
vegetarian, but
delicious.
can I eat them?
Oh my gosh, with the lemon sauce on top, they're
Yes.
delicious. They're absolutely delicious. And let's not forget our souvlaki are really very well. Everything is cooked right there on the premises with our souvlaki and our gyro that's fresh. So every year the gyro gets better and better. People come back every year. Can I have a gyro? What? Can I have a gyro?
Yep,
What?
yep.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
You can say it any way you
Any
want,
way
as
you
long
want,
as your
that's
money
right.
is green.
That's,
my
That's
friend.
that's right.
That's
So,
it.
as long
So
as- hey,
for
That's
my non-pork eating friend over here, what is Jim,
Greek
just say hi.
salad for
Just-
you.
Just come on,
Yeah.
just come on and wave on the camera. You gotta say hi.
There he is.
Okay.
It's Jim, ladies and gentlemen.
Greek salad and
ever
no
since
souvlaki
Jim,
for you.
ever
Yeah.
since Jim got here in January, I did not realize how much pork
You eat.
Americans eat.
Oh yeah, dude.
It
A lot.
permeates everything, and if it's not in it, it was rubbed on it.
Oh, yeah.
before. Like what was it? We went to the buffet place, the Chasen's.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was like, "Don't touch that!
Don't touch that. Don't
and then
touch.
finally, we get to the end of the line, and they had a sign: "If you don't want pork, these are what you can
Yeah.
have." So I really just haven't realized like how much it
Whoa, a
permeates our
lot.
diet. It really does. So speaking for the non-pork eating friend over here, what can he have?
Baklava for you.
Baklava, yeah.
Don't forget the pastries. We could fill a whole plate with
Yeah.
baklava, but you can have the dolmades, which are the grape leaves.
grape
You can
leaves.
have the spanakopita, which is delectable with the feta cheese and the spinach and the spices inside, and the Greek salad, of
Well, he
course.
can
The
have-
horiatiki Greek salad.
Chicken gyro, and he can
That's
have
right. Yeah,
regular
lots-
gyro.
Yeah.
Just no
The
souvlaki.
chicken
That's Miss
pita
Piggy
is
on a bun.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
really good with the tzatziki sauce. Let's not forget that tzatziki sauce.
Yes.
That's like a staple.
That is-
okay?
Yeah.
That is, yes, you could drink that. That's right. Put it in your shake and shake it
Yeah.
up. But it's got some dill in it. It's got some cucumber, some what else? So we put in sour
And
cream or
did I hear
yogurt.
you say you're going to have wine this year? Is there?
Yes,
Oh,
wine tasting
forget
from
about
wines.
it.
And in the other corners, we've got some olive oils and vendors that
See,
come back every year.
This is why.
that
This is
makes
why.
it
This
so
is why.
authentic.
Yeah,
Yes,
That's why I
right.
spent so much money.
That's right.
You either
You know.
go to Greek Festival and get your grocery, or
Yeah.
you have a Greek friend that gets his groceries every month.
Yeah,
There
there,
you go.
yeah, there you
I
go.
just got my delivery last weekend, so I got my feta. I'm good for 6 months now. But
Yes, Greeks don't do the little crumble
Oh,
pieces
no.
that you get
No,
from
no,
Harris
no, that's
Teeter.
No, 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 no.
Greeks buy the whole block
yeah,
of feta, you know.
my dad,
a 5-pound
my
block.
dad was such a snob about that. He would just totally just aggravate Pete Poulis. He would aggravate Mr. Pete with, "You selling that domestic cheese?" And I'm like, would you leave the man alone? It's like, because in the restaurants, you can't really afford to sell
The
use
good-
the imported feta.
So let me tell you a
It's
little bit about
expensive.
feta. Feta, there's several, just like you said, there's several types of feta and where they come from. There's sheep's feta, there's goat's feta, And the common person just knows the crumble cheese feta. Oh, no, 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 no. When you go to a Greek house and you get that feta on that platter, it's going to be covered with olive oil. It's going to be eaten by the slice, not by the crumbles,
but by the crumble.
Sometimes by the block.
Yeah.
It is.
And if it doesn't
different.
say Dodonis
Oh,
on the box, I'm not touching
the
it.
creamier
Okay?
the feta, the different areas from Greece that it comes from.
Ooh.
So there's different. Oh yeah, we can have a whole class just on
on feta.
Did either one of you ever have the feta in the barrel
Yes.
that you had to reach your hand
down to get it?
Oh my God. It
yeah.
was such a horrible thing to do. And of course, I was a teenager, so I was a low man on the totem pole.
Yeah.
I had to go do it at the restaurant and dig in there.
But it was so good.
And you had to rinse it off, but oh my God. It was
Pete, when I grew up I grew up in Brooklyn, and I grew up in a very multicultural area in Brooklyn Heights. And we used to go down to all the Arabic places and the places and buy the feta or the Greek places. And like you said, we'd reach, that was when you can, nobody said, oh, you got cooties, you know.
Did you sanitize?
You would reach your hand in and pick up, and pick up the olives and pick up and put them into your own barrel. And, they weren't there helping you. The kids would be picking up the olives
eating
the
them as they go.
Nobody got sick. And all the bacteria was just melted out of it.
You were, I think George Carlin said you were galvanized and well, anyway, I won't say
No.
But, that brings another point. Like, where did Greeks miss the boat on Greek restaurants? Because all the quote unquote Mediterranean restaurants are run by like Persians.
Yes.
And the Greeks here have a monopoly on the Italian
Yeah,
restaurants.
I don't understand that.
It's like we shifted one country. It really is.
And
like
you
the
even look
Turks
in
came
town,
to
all
Greece.
of the Mediterranean restaurants are, I think there might be Pakistanis.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's just like,
say his people. My
his people.
and
Yeah.
we're all-
His
we're all
people,
of
his
us.
people, not your
all
people.
of
Happy is the word.
Yeah.
We're
all of us
one.
fruit.
We
So
are all one.
his people run the Mediterranean restaurants, your people run the Italian restaurants, and I guess mine just do the buffets.
I mean, technically, I'm an Italian named restaurant founded by a Jewish guy, run by Greeks. So we're multicultural at Baldino's, and we're more than happy. And we
and he got the Pakistanis. Oh, there.
So, well, we got to have somebody to yell at.
Yeah.
Poor Jim. So, okay, so y'all, this has been a lot of fun.
Yes.
And I'm going to play a little bit of music.
We can't forget the Greek music.
Yeah,
That's
so-
what
Yes.
brings it all together at the festival.
Will there be dancing?
Yes,
Oh, forget
dance
about it.
groups and dancing.
I'm gonna be there the whole time.
Absolutely, lots of fun. Come sweat, dance.
Yes.
Sweat,
That's
dance,
what you
and
do.
eat.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, you
that's
got a
what we
drink
want
and
you to
sweat
do.
it out.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
That's the way it is. Have some Mythos beer.
That's right.
What other? Is there another beer
Ooh.
besides Mythos? Have the Greeks made another one yet?
Well, there's quite a few, but
Mythos is probably
yes,
what we're going to
yes.
have. Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
Look,
And the Greek wines, come
Yes.
taste. Oh my gosh, are they doing ouzo this year?
We're doing ouzo.
And
Ouzo.
ouzo, black licorice liqueur. Oh gosh, put that over your baklava and call me in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff is. We'll put.
And
All right,
don't-
Peter, we got to set a
I
mandate,
didn't
dude.
expect that from the priest wife.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
put it
I
over
almost
the-
said it'll put a hair on
Turn
your
it up.
chest, but
Yeah.
Don't forget about the Greek coffee and the
Greek
lukumades.
coffee. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the
The
donuts.
lukumades. How can we forget those?
Yeah.
The lukumades are like the main thing people come for all the way in the
Fried.
back. They go through the line, get their food, and they're like, "Oh my God, there's the lukumade thing!" And you get a big bowl of lukumades for the best price in town.
You can
Honey
get,
and
man,
cinnamon and sugar and a frappe. Do you know what a frappe is?
No.
It's a Greek coffee that'll keep you wired for 3 days.
I actually,
No
yes.
sleeping.
I had one of those
It's
So-
like last year, or the
excellent.
year before. Yes.
quick story.
Yes.
I made a frappe years ago. I thought from the festival, I bought the
Mhm.
mix and I put in 3 tablespoons
Mm.
instead of 3 teaspoons.
Mm.
And then I posted on Facebook.
Nice.
I said, "Why
Nice.
I did this
5 days
and
later, he was
why,
so wired.
why are my eyes itching?"
Yeah.
Like, and a cousin in Greece said, "You had enough frappe to kill a small child."
Yeah.
You know, and I could just hear his accent with it, like, "You kill a small child."
Yeah.
You know, but okay, so let's recap. So Greek festival at the Saints Constantine and Helen Church on Oak Ridge Avenue. At the very end of the, so it's the opposite end of Oak Ridge from the Cape Fear Regional Theater. If
Yes.
anybody knows where that is, just go all the way down.
Just
the
keep
street.
going.
Okay, and what's the actual address for the church, though?
614 Oak Ridge
614
Ave.
Oak Ridge Avenue, and it's going to go from Saturday, September 20th through Sunday, September 21st. Saturday is 11 to 8, and Sunday 12
12
to
to
6.
6.
You got
Right?
it.
You
You
got,
got
it.
it?
And don't forget, we also have raffle tickets.
Oh, the
so it
raffle.
gives
Yeah.
you the
For the Greek
the chance of going to Greece.
Yes.
Oh,
Who
man.
doesn't want some of that? I mean, come on.
All right, I'm saving my
And those
pennies. That's
tickets-
it.
Those tickets are only like how much?
$5.
$5
$5 a
a
ticket.
piece.
That's it.
Okay. All
Yep,
right. And
yep,
and we're going to have the guys at the door doing that again?
We
Like
have a place
Athena
inside.
and,
So as you go inside the Clinic Center, straight in front of the stage,
Okay.
there's going to be a place right there where we can sell the tickets to everybody.
Oh, what about admission? Do I got to pay admission?
No
Free
admission.
admission.
It's all
Free
free.
admission?
Free
Tell
admission.
me one
Oh, my
place in
gosh.
town that does not have free admission. We
I don't
do
know. I
not
just
have
got-
an admission.
Look,
Come down and see us.
I just got through telling a friend, beware of Greeks bearing gifts. But, free admission to all this food and drink
Oh,
and
man.
dancing and music, that's pretty good.
It's
good
a
deal.
community event. That's
Yeah,
all. Just
absolutely.
bring everybody together and have
So,
a great weekend. So
That's
that's
right.
it. So, yeah.
Family things
And
for the kids too, Vince, right?
Family
That's
things.
it. Yes.
We have
Yes,
bouncy
we have
houses.
bouncy
or-
houses.
Okay,
That's
all
right. That's right.
And
And like I said, we're going to have some other attractions for the kids. They've got the fire truck out there. We've got the Cumberland County K-9 unit and SWAT team.
Okay.
And the Fayetteville Police Department will be out there with some static displays just to show the kids in the community that they're all on our side.
Yeah.
So and one last point I just want to make sure that everybody understands is that a lot of times we have people coming to the church during the weekend of the festival asking for spaghetti. So this is not the weekend.
This is not the spaghetti plate.
But
This
it's
is-
coming
but
up
it's
right
coming
after
up in
the
November.
festival.
Yeah.
Why don't we do a
So
pre-sale for spaghetti tickets? Okay, next
That's-
year. Never
that's-
mind. I'm sorry.
that's
I'm
not
just,
my wheelhouse.
I'm just dropping
Yeah,
more
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
on
yeah,
Vince,
let me get
Yeah.
through
I'm gonna
this.
stay in my lane.
Yes,
Stay in my
that's it.
lane.
But,
Vince, we appreciate as a community, your work is appreciated. It's visible, as well as the other people that are on the
For
committee.
all the years he's
Um,
put into this.
you know,
Yes,
you-
yes.
It takes
takes a village.
special thing.
It takes a
special
Greek village.
village.
It
Oh
does.
my goodness,
It
yes.
does.
Well
And we're
said.
rough on the people in the village
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
So, well, I wanted to ask one more thing. What about do I need cash, or have we advanced?
We have advanced
Have we?
into the information technology world.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you want to bring your cash, by all means, it's welcome. We won't turn it down. But we also have, you can use your credit cards or your just come on in. We do not have cash machines. We don't think it's needed. Everybody's,
Right.
so
Everybody's got plastic.
everybody's got plastic. That's
Google
it.
Pay and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Wow,
Sweet.
that's a far cry from when I was 17.
Yeah, I know. I remember because the first time I went out, I was like 17. Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
we're not.
We
17.
probably ran into
They
each
had
other.
to advance to that because by the time somebody goes from the beginning of the pastry line to
Yes.
the end of the pastry line and your bill is $52.
Yeah, you get a lot more money from me. I'll
I
tell you
don't have
that.
the cash. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank God we've got the green, and
Yeah.
those things freeze well, and people stock up
Yep.
on them for the holidays.
And if I may, Peter, I just need to make sure that we Arts Council is
Okay.
backing us this year,
Okay.
sponsoring us this year. So we also have King's Rental and we have Pepsi. So we'll have Pepsi products out there.
Nice.
So,
Okay. Excellent. The taste of the Carolinas, man.
Hey,
So,
that's right.
my dears, our time is up. I want to say a thank you to my on-air cabinet member, the sole member,
Yeah.
Pastor Joshua Goodman, since I got
Made it,
abandoned by
made it,
Laura.
made it.
And a special thank you to Vince Higgins and Kelly Papagikos. Sorry, oh my God, for joining us tonight on behalf of the Greek Festival. To our
thank you for
audience,
having me.
I hope you're going to do us a favor and take time this week to visit one of our commercial sponsors and let them know you heard their message right here on the Carolina Cabinet.
Whoop, whoop.
If you do somehow miss an episode of our top-rated
Top
show,
rated.
you can find us on your favorite podcast broadcaster, Apple, Spotify, Google, Audible. Come on, it's 2025.
We're
Google us.
everywhere.
Look for us online at thecarolinacabinet.com. You can find all our videos and links. Thanks again for tuning in this morning. And so until next time, we are
The Carolina Cabinet.